Hey guys, it's me, Jade from Bedtime Bookworm. Welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be doing some Goodreads organizations. Organizations, that's not a word. I'm going to be organizing my Goodreads. If you've never seen one of these before, basically I have a very complex shelving system on Goodreads, and sometimes my shelves get a little messy and out of hand, and so I'm kind of cleaning some things up. Today the plan is first I need to update my immediate TBR shelves with my reading plans for the winter. I just posted my winter TBR a couple days ago, the other day, and I'm gonna update my TBR shelves to reflect what I've decided to read in the near future. And then after that, I'm gonna be focusing on going through some of my series shelves. If you aren't familiar with my shelving system and want to know more, I have a link in the description box for the video where I explain my shelving system. It is a couple years old at this point, and my shelves are mostly the same, but there are some things that are different, but they're mostly the same. So you can check that out when and if you want to. But if you are watching, welcome and thank you for watching live. Definitely let me know as I'm organizing, especially once I get to the series part of the video. Definitely let me know your thoughts on the series that I'm considering, because for a lot of these, I'm going to be trying to figure out how much I really want to read them. So let me know if I am considering one of your favorite series or a series that you have already read and really didn't like. Definitely let me know your opinions, and if you're watching this on replay, you can leave your thoughts in the comments as well. But yeah, let's get started. Hello, Read Reads. Welcome. I hope you guys are having a good week and that you are ready for Christmas. I'm definitely not ready for Christmas. I've hardly bought any Christmas presents, which is terrible of me. But I'm planning on doing some last minute shopping like tonight and through the rest of the weekend. Thank goodness for Amazon Prime delivery, right? Okay, sharing my screen. So first I'm going to start with my TBR Up Next shelf. I am going to move The Road. That's definitely a book that I had hoped to get to in the fall and just never did. And at this point, I did not put it on my winter TBR. So it's going to go back to my want to read shelf because I definitely want to read it. Just not, I don't know. It seems like a fall book, and I want to read it, but not in the next 3 months. You've been ready for Christmas since September. You are on top of it. I know there's a lot of people out there like that. This is another one that I did not get to in the fall. It's a zombie series. I don't see myself reading that anytime soon. I didn't put it on my winter TBR. So this is going on my TBR series shelf. The Enchanted is still on my TBR. Pretty sure I want to read that pretty soon. Before They Are Hanged, I also want to read really soon. My work book club is meeting in January, and we're reading Becoming. So I need to add that to my Up Next shelf. So apparently I don't have it on my shelves at all. So let me fix that. TBR Up Next. And then I think that's 3 books on my Up Next shelf. What else do I want to read next? Hey, Myth and Mayhem. I'm doing pretty good, other than the fact that I am woefully underprepared for Christmas. I was just saying that I've bought hardly any presents yet. Up Next. Okay, so that's 3. Bright Reburn is another one that I want to read really soon. Yeah, I'm going to be honest, I'm kind of a Grinch about Christmas. It's not my favorite. I know everybody loves it, and I totally respect that. It's just not my thing. I do love getting to see family. It's more like the the pressures around, God, it's hard to talk and do things. It's more like the pressures and expectations around the holidays that I struggle with a little bit. But I'm going to be seeing a bunch of family from out of town this Christmas, and I'm really excited because it's been a couple years at least that I haven't seen some of them. What else do I want to read soon? I have room for one more. Oh yeah, Imprison the Sky. Yeah, I can be pretty picky with gift giving too. When do I start preparing my Goodreads for next year? Well, I kind of do it seasonally, I think. As far as like my TBR, I plan out what I'm reading seasonally and not with the whole year in mind. I might talk about today as I like move around some series, talk about ones that I'm hoping to get to next year. I actually have a video planned for series that I want to start next year and series that I want to finish next year that will hopefully be going up next week. So this will be could be a little sneak peek into some of those series if they come up. And in that way, like I might mention things that I'm planning to read next year, but I prefer to plan my reading more seasonally just because it's hard to plan that far in advance for me. And I feel like I'll change my mind a lot if I do that. But I do need to make just like a read in 2020 shelf, but I'll just do that in January probably. And I haven't been good about updating the like books that I have finished reading to their appropriate shelves. So it says 49, but I've read 61 books this year so far. I'm still reading. Okay, so we've got 5 books on the up next shelf. That looks pretty good. And then must read soon. This is staying, this is staying, this is staying. This is not staying. So it's just going to go back to want to read because I definitely want to read it, but not reading it soon. That is staying, that is staying, and that is staying. Okay, so those are all my TBR jar picks. Okay, so now I can add a bunch of stuff like Queens of Innis Lear. So all of my winter TBR goes onto my must read soon shelf or my up next shelf. So this is moving from to read to must read soon. I've also got Children of Time. Which is now a finished series. I'm pretty sure it's just going to be a duology. At least there haven't been any other books announced. So this could have moved from my unfinished to my series TBR, but instead it's going straight to my must read soon. Okay. Now I've got a couple of rereads that I'm going to have to finagle. Under the Never Sky. So I've read this book before, and I know that you can just like use the same edition and add like an extra read date, but I don't like doing it that way. I do it the old-fashioned way, the way that we used to do it before they added being able to add additional like rereads. I just add a new edition to my shelves if it'll let me. Like the Kindle one. How did I do this? Edit, switch to Kindle. I want to switch. I think it's review. And then I just pick that I want to put it on my up next shelf. No, not up next, must read soon. I hope I'm doing this right. I don't want to add this to my feed. I don't think that works the way it was supposed to. I haven't done this in a while. And then let me see if I go to all editions. Nope, that worked. So I've got one edition that's marked as read and one edition that's on must read soon. Okay, cool. So I had to do that one, and then I've got another reread. Because these are both series that I started and I have forgotten things that happened, and I want to finish the series, but I have to start over, basically. All right, let's see if I can recreate what I just did. All right. Okay, what's next? Blood of Elves. Oh, yay, you're reading Priority right now? That is like, I'm sure you probably know, it's one of my favorite books that I read this year. I love it so much. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I know a lot of people thought it was boring or like didn't like it, but I loved it. What about the Dark Elf trilogy? Yes, you do need to start Witcher, especially because the show is coming out. I wasn't a huge fan of the first two books, which are both short story collections, but I want to go back and reread them, I think. I don't know. I put Blood of Elves on my shelf because that's the next one in the series I need to read, but I might restart the series. I haven't decided yet. But I'm very excited for the TV show. My friend Elliot Brooks, who's a huge Witcher fan, did a video, I think just today, talking about what we can expect from some of the season or some of the episodes this season, based on like the titles of the episodes that have been released and stuff. It was super interesting and it got me so excited. Okay. Has anybody in the chat read Golden Boy before? I'm very on the fence about whether I actually want to read this or not. I pulled it out of my TBR jar. I'll put it on my shelf like I'm going to read it soon, but I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence. Oh, and the other thing is, so the next book I was about to pull up is Triptych by Karen Slaughter, which is the first book in the Will Trent series. But someone in my comments told me that I should read the Grant County series first, because I think the third book in the Will Trent series, the main character from the Grant County series comes over. And I also own at least this book, the sixth one in the series, so I need to read it anyway. So instead of putting Triptych on my TBR, I think I'm going to put the first book in the Grant County series instead. Oh, thank you so much, Elijah. I really appreciate that. I really enjoyed making those videos. So I think I'm going to put this on my TBR instead of triptych. Must read soon. Okay, and then I have You've read the first 2 Expanse books already? I'm glad you like them. I'm excited to read the next one. Yeah, Golden Boy was really popular, I think, when it came out back in like 2015 and 16. It's a contemporary. And I feel like a lot of people must have talked about it, and that's why I put it in my TBR jar, but like I don't really read contemporary that often, so I don't know. I'm really excited for some of the science fiction I have on here. Oh, I don't think I have the Blood Mirror on my shelves at all because I usually don't add sequels until after I've read. I can't type different words than what I'm trying to say. Blinding. No, well, that'll work. It'll get me to the series. I don't usually put sequels on my shelf until after I'm done reading a book, but I'm like halfway through the second book. So I'll go ahead and put this on my must read soon shelf. And by second book, I mean third book. Okay. Just saves me a step from having to remember to add it later. Before They Are Hanged is already on a shelf. Bright We Burn and Prison Sky, those are already on a shelf. And then we are almost done with this part of the video. Railsea. Has anybody read Railsea? I'm very intrigued by it, but I don't think I actually know anybody who has read it. I have heard that the author can be like hit or miss with people, though. Hopefully he's a hit, at least with that book. You own the whole series, Tracy? I used to do that when I was younger. I would buy a whole series before I even read the book or started it. But now I don't do that just because I might not like the series. I might not like the first book or the second book or whatever. And then I own the whole thing and I didn't need to buy them all. So, but I know a lot of people do that where they buy the whole series first. You should give it a try. I have mixed feelings on the series so far. I'd say slightly more positive than negative, but definitely I have mixed feelings. I can definitely see why it's really popular though. Okay, just a last check to make sure I got everything from my TBR. I believe I did. Okay, let's move on to my unfinished series shelf. So I'm going to be focusing on my unfinished series shelf, but I've made a couple changes since the last Goodreads live that I did. I've been thinking about it a lot, but okay, so in my last video and in probably previous videos, I have said that the things on my unfinished series shelves are series that I definitely want to read. And if I'm unsure about a series, then like last time, I moved them to my TBR maybe and my TBR probably shelves, depending on if I felt like they were maybes or probablys, if they were unfinished. But I've been thinking about that, and it didn't sit well with me because especially my TBR maybe shelf, I don't really see myself ever revisiting the books that I put on that shelf, at least not in like a systematic way, like the way that I'm doing right now. Things come off of my TBR maybe shelf when I hear about them repeatedly. So unless I was to hear about a series multiple times, it would kind of get stuck on that shelf, and I didn't like that. And I also like the idea of waiting till a series is over to kind of completely decide for sure whether or not I want to read them. So I don't know if this is making sense, but basically I added a new shelf, which probably sounds crazy, but I added a shelf right here called TBR Series Unfinished. What this shelf is going to hold is going to be unfinished series that I definitely want to read. And if it's an unfinished series that I'm unsure about, instead of moving it to my maybe or probably shelves and never looking at it again, I'm going to keep it on my unfinished series shelf. So my unfinished series are going to be series that are unfinished, obviously, that I may or may not decide that I want to read, but I want to wait to make that decision until they become finished series. So if they are finished, I will at that point either decide, yes, I want to put it on my TBR series shelf, or I'm not sure, I maybe or probably want to read that, and they'll go on my maybe or probably shelves when they're finished. When they're unfinished, I either, yes, I want to read them, and they go on my TBR series unfinished shelf, or I'm unsure and want to delay that decision until the series is completed. And then those will stay on my unfinished series shelf. I hope that makes sense. I had been thinking about it pretty much since the last live stream that I did, because it just didn't really sit well with me. And I didn't know how I wanted to handle it. Kind of hashed it out with my friend Rachel from the Shades of Orange, and she had this brilliant idea, and I really liked it. Okay, so I want to sort this by date added. Also, I want to take off infinite scroll and make this 100. Why do I have two? I didn't mean to do that. Oh, and I wasn't sure what my want to read would look like after doing the little cleanup I did, and I'm happy to see that it's still under 100. I want to keep my want to read shelf under 100 at all times. Ideally, I have under 100 on want to read. My must read soon, I want to have under 25. My up next will always have 5 or less on it. And yeah, the rest of the shelves, I don't care how much are on them. Okay, so these, okay. I might be re-looking at some of the ones that I looked at last time. Actually, I think these are all ones that I looked at last time. Excuse me. Which means that they're unfinished, but I definitely wanted to read them because that's what I was doing last time. So this, I keep getting text messages that are coming through my computer, and hopefully you guys can't hear that dinging, because that's probably really annoying, and I don't know how to turn that off. But I have my headphones on, so I don't think you can hear that. Okay, so this is going on TBR series unfinished because it's a series that I really want to read. I mean, realistically, I'll probably read it before it's a finished series because we have no idea when Sanderson is going to write the next installment. That's how it is for a lot of Sanderson series. I know I've said in a lot of videos, I'm waiting for it to be finished, like Elantris or Warbreaker. He has said that he's going to write sequels, but we really don't know when the sequels are coming, or we know that they're not coming for a long time. Realistically, I'm probably just going to read them before they're finished, but I'm going to try to wait as long as I can, basically. And this series, I'm pretty sure we're never getting a sequel. Oh, what does this say? That's probably really old. I'm pretty sure we're never getting a sequel, but we might. I'm going to go ahead and keep this as unfinished. But this is another one that I'll probably read before it's finished. This one, definitely want to read. This is the author of Priority of the Orange Tree, and I want to read more of her books so badly, but this is going to be a 7-book series, guys. And it's there's 3 or 4 books out. There's 3 books out. So this isn't going to be done for so long. I'm probably going to read it before it's completed, but I'm going to hold out as long as I can. I'm going to hold out until like maybe the year or two before the last book is supposed to come out. Like that's my plan. So we'll see. This is another one I don't even have to open that is going on my TBR series unfinished because I definitely want to read The Name of the Wind. I'm just hoping for the last book to come out sometime ever. I have read some Robin Hobb. I recently did a reread of the Farseer trilogy, but it was like the first time I read it was 10 years ago and I didn't remember most of it. So it was like a fresh read almost. I loved it so much and I am really excited to read the Life Ship Trader books, which I don't know if I have that on my TBR at all. I do. Okay, perfect. And that's exactly where it should be. Let's go ahead and refresh this. You've read all of the Cosmere. That's awesome. Except White Sand is the graphic novel, right? Oh, Life Ship Trader is amazing. I'm excited for it. I mean, I haven't read it before. And the like idea of it sounds really interesting with like books that come to life. But I think you have to like, they have to have a certain number of family members that die on the ship or something. I don't know, but it sounds really good. Okay, The Court of Fives. This one I'm unsure about. Oh yes, definitely add Robin Hobb, but start with the Farseer trilogy. So she has this huge series called The Realm of the Elderlings. It's like 4 or 5 different series. It's like 14, 19 books, something like that. But the first one, like you're supposed to read them in order. And the first one is the Farseer trilogy. The first book is Assassin's Apprentice. Okay, this Susan Dennard series, I 100% want to read when it's finished. So that can go there. The Thief, I 100% want to read when it's finished. The Way of Kings also. I've actually read The Way of Kings and I think the second book in that series as well, a long time ago. But I'm waiting for more of the series to come out. It's supposed to be a 10-book series, but I'm not going to wait for all 10 books because he did say that it's going to be like 5 in an arc and then another 5 in an arc. So I think when the 5th book is scheduled to come out, or maybe a little bit before, I will start the first arc, and then I'll do the second arc when the 10th book is coming out or whatever. The Lies of Locke-Mora is another series that I like 100% want to read, but it's an unfinished series. So that's going on my unfinished series shelf. Let's take a look at these real quick. The Court of Fives. This sounds vaguely familiar. I want to read Elantris. I think I will like it. This is YA. Okay, Kitty G gave it 4 stars. Looks like this came out in 2015, so it's an older series. Let's see if it's finished. If it came out in 2015, it might be finished. 2016, 2017. Okay, yeah, so this is a finished series. So I need to make a decision on if I would definitely want to read this or not. Has anybody read this? I have it marked as failed rating test, but I changed my rating test since I did that. Now my rating test, which is just this test that I made up for myself that doesn't mean anything is it'll fail the rating test if it has mostly 5 stars over any other. I mean, I'm sorry, mostly 3 stars over any other rating. It's just a way that I like to eyeball things. I think this is going to go on my maybe shelf because I'm not super excited about it. It's got kind of mixed reviews, mostly good though. But like realistically, there's just so many series that I want to read. When I was working on my list for series that I want to start next year in 2020 and the series that I want to finish in 2020, it just made me sad because, I mean, not 100% sad. I'm very excited, but trying to pick out which ones I actually wanted to start was really hard because there's so many series that I want to read. Oh, a dystopian fantasy. That's very intriguing to me. Okay, I think I'm actually going to put this, I mean, it's like a probably, I feel like. I'm going to put it on my probably shelf. Fantasy dystopian definitely caught my eye. Probably right here. This one I'm pretty sure I want to read. I just want to check if it's finished or not. It might be finished by now. Actually, I think maybe the last book is coming out next year. What is this? 2020. Oh no, your TBR pile gives you anxiety. I feel that. I just, more than giving me anxiety, I find it depressing because it just makes me sad that I'm never going to be able to read all the books that I want to because books are constantly coming out. It's never ending. Okay, Warbreaker, like I said, is going on TBR series unfinished. I don't know what this is. Don't know what this is. I vaguely know what that is. Okay, Into the Dim. First, let's see if it's finished. It's not. But the last book came out in 2017. And it's untitled. That doesn't sound very promising. This is probably staying on the shelf. Ooh, it's time travel. Historical fiction. Some mixed thoughts on it. Okay, for now it's staying on the unfinished series shelf because technically it's unfinished. What is this? That's awesome, Ravenclaw reader. I wish I felt that way. I generally read, like 50 to 60 books a year. And so I feel like I'm hardly making a dent in the books that I want to read. Okay, 2015 and 16. So this is a completed duology. Gunned down on the shores of Lake Michigan. Oh, but he's resurrected. Daniel Kraus. I don't think I've heard of that author before. He co-authored The Shape of Water. Interesting. In this book? There's a scene in this book that's disgusting. Oh, I do have it shelved as horror. I didn't realize it was horror. Okay, that person gave it 5 stars. Oh, my friend Crinny gave it 4 stars. Sana is currently reading it as of October 2016. That's hilarious. Most people have it marked as to read. I'm gonna put this on my maybe shelf. I'm intrigued, but I don't know. Okay, so this is a fantasy romance that, that's good to know, Ravenclaw reader. This is a fantasy romance, which I don't read romance, but I'm always like, should I? Will I like it? Maybe. So I put this on my TBR because I've heard it was recommended as like a good place to start with fantasy romance. I just don't know if I like fantasy romance. Actually, it was Ashley who I saw her review and thought it sounded really good. I know the cover. Amber says, pay no mind to the cover. And it came out in 2014. Have I read any Dragonlance or Forgotten Realm? No. I read 1 or 2 Dragonlance books when I was in high school, but it's not something I've revisited, no. See, Brandy gave it 4 stars, and she's a romance reader. Is it finished? Let's start there. No, it's not finished. I'm going to leave it on the shelf because maybe one day I'll decide I want to read a fantasy romance when it's finished. Oh yeah, is this finished yet? It is not. This is actually another romance, fantasy romance, I'm pretty sure, but at least the first one was a Phantom of the Opera retelling. And I've read A.G. Howard's, or at least a couple of her other books, and I liked them, but this is a new adult one. And I heard it got good reviews. Yeah, decent. But it's not finished, and I'm still kind of on the fence. So I'm gonna leave it on the shelf. I've heard a lot of good things about this book, but I don't know if the series is done. Oh, from 2017. Oh, 2020. So it's not done yet. I'm not entirely sure if I want to read this. Like, I think I want to read it, but I don't know how sure I am. So I'm just gonna leave it on the shelf for now. When it's finished, I'll take another look. It doesn't have as good of reviews as I thought, but I thought I heard a lot of good things about it. I just also don't read a lot of urban fantasy, and I'm pretty sure that's what this is. Oh, I feel like I've heard a lot of good things about this series, and it is unfinished. Whoa, these covers look very different from each other. But I'm pretty sure I want to read this. 2015 to 2019, that's a big gap. Big gaps like that is why I don't like to read unfinished series, because if I go 4 years between reading books, I'm going to forget everything and have to reread. I'm very intrigued by this one. Oh, Kitty G only gave it 3 stars. Okay. My friend Mariah gave it 5. I think I'm going to keep this on the unfinished series shelf, and I'll decide at a later time. Flame in the Mist. Pretty sure this is completed. I'm also unsure if I want to read it. Yeah, I think it's just a duology. I've read Renee Audier's other duology, and I didn't like it. School of Good and Evil. I don't think that's a finished series the last time I checked. I'll check in a minute. Hello, Boundless Book Owl. Thanks for joining us. Okay, Flame in the Mist. Yeah, I didn't like this duology, which is an unpopular opinion. I feel like a lot of people really liked it. I always laugh when I see Review to Come, and it's been like years. Oh no, Children of Virtue and Vengeance wasn't worth the 2-year wait. That's sad to hear. That's on my TBR, like somewhere on my TBR. Yeah, the concept for School of Good and Evil is really interesting. I know that Reagan from Proust Projects really likes it. Okay, this is going on my maybe shelf because I'm not sure if I want to read it. But it is a completed series. This is a series. Let's see if it's finished. I'm pretty sure I'm going to read this. Okay, it is finished. Cool. Hey, that Disney chick. I feel like I heard good things about this one. Oh, Haley didn't like it. 3 stars, 5 stars, 4 stars. For fans of the Lunar Chronicles, I'm a Lunar Chronicles fan. Mariah DNF'd it, 3 stars. I think this is a maybe. My maybe shelf is so bloated, but that's okay. I don't care. Oh, I think Caraval just got finished. Yeah, that's kind of what I heard about Flame in the Mist too. Is it finished? It is now finished. I thought the world sounded interesting for this book. It's like Roman Empire, Spartan-like. Oh, it takes place in our world. It's historical fiction. I totally thought this was fantasy. So, like, real gladiators. Favorite character from the Lunar Chronicles is Scarlet, which is kind of an unpopular opinion. I know Cress is like the fan favorite. I didn't really like Cress. I kind of thought she was annoying. So to put the like female main characters in order for me, it's Scarlet. And I guess the couples, they kind of go together, right? So Scarlet and Wolf, Cinder and Kai. I don't know. Should I not say who they end up with? Is that a spoiler? Cinder, and then Winter, and then Cress. Cress is last. Yes, I would love a movie or a TV series for that series. It's so good. Oh, this has really good reviews. Some mediocre reviews, good review, medium, good, good. I said it was done, right? I think I'm going to put it on my TBR series shelf. I'm intrigued, and it has good enough reviews that, like, or should I put on my probably? God, it's so hard. I think I'm going to put it on my probably shelf. No, I did not read. I'm thinking you're asking about the graphic novels for the Lunar Chronicles. No, I did not read those graphic novels. Honestly, I'm not a huge graphic novel fan. Like, I've tried some, and It's not that I don't like them, it's just that I don't find myself enjoying them as much as I enjoy like regular novels, and I would rather put my time towards regular novels over graphic novels, if that makes sense. Definitely like no judgment to people who really enjoy them. I just feel like I get more enjoyment out of regular novels, and so I just choose not to really read them. I've tried them a few times. I was going to look up School for Good. Is it Of Good and Evil? 4. Are you a finished series? Oh, must be because I have it on my... Oh, why do I have this on a shelf? That's really random. I don't want to have book 4 on my shelf for a series I haven't read. How do I? I don't know if I've heard of the Amulet. This is not the way to do it, apparently. I want to take this off my shelves. I think I have to do it from my shelf here. What is that one called? Quest for Glory. Delete. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have done that. It says that it's number 1 for a different series. Well, shoot. Let's look at this again. It still says 4, though. I think I'm going to leave it off. Does anybody know if this is like 2 separate arcs? So like 2 separate trilogies, like the first 3 go together and the second 3 go together? Either way, I'll just put the first one on my TBR series shelf. I do want to get into more middle grade. I like middle grade, but I haven't read much of it in the past couple of years. I don't know why. So I have a couple of middle grade series that I'm hoping to read next year that will be on my TBR or my series I want to start in 2020 video. Okay, yeah. The series is completed. I'm pretty sure that I'm going to put this on my maybe shelf. Whoa. I didn't realize it had such good ratings. Mostly 5 stars. That's intriguing. Why is Haley showing up twice? That's weird. Has anybody read Caraval? I thought I had seen like mixed things about Caraval, but it has mostly 5-star ratings here. Hello, Joey. Thanks for joining us. I might have to give this a try. Okay, hold on. I'm going to do something. I'm going to go and look at reviews of the 3rd book. I'm not going to look at the synopsis. I just want to see what people think of the last book. Okay, well, mostly 5 stars up here. Okay, 3-star. CG Drews, love the series all the way through. All right. There's enough good reviews that I'm going to put this, the first one, on my series to read shelf. I really thought that I was going to be more on the fence about that, but people's reviews, they got me. Renegades, this is unfinished. Pretty sure. Oh, is Supernova the last book? The epic conclusion. Okay. Speaking of Marissa Meyer, I haven't started the series primarily because it's been unfinished, but now it's finished and I will put it on my TBR series shelf. Ugh. But I already made my list of series I want to start next year, and I did not put this on there. Maybe in 2021. I want to read it. Those of you who have read, who were like talking about her other series with me, the series right here that is so good. Have you read the Renegade series? Did you like it? Let me know. Oh my gosh, I've been hearing such good things about this series, which I think is unfinished. Yeah, final one comes out in 2020, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to put this on my like definitely want to read but unfinished shelf. See, like, it has mostly 5 stars. Oh, I forgot to mark. The other one is mostly 5 stars. I have not been marking my other shelves. Whoops. Mostly 5 stars. And is this fantasy or sci-fi? Fantasy. And this is going on my unfinished TBR shelf. Yay, you like the Renegade series? Oh, that Disney chick did not like the first one. Yeah, I feel like I've heard some mixed things about it. Some people didn't think it was that great. Whoa, okay. I need to go back to this shelf. Studio Ghibli movies are pretty good. I don't think I've seen Whisper of the Heart. I have seen Spirited Away, but it was a long time ago. My favorite Studio Ghibli, I haven't seen any of them in a long time, but it was probably the Totoro movie. I was obsessed with that movie when I was a kid. Okay, let's see. I think this is now finished. I actually own the first one. I got it for free sometime, or it was gifted it or something. Pretty sure it should be on my own TBR shelf. 2019 is when the last one came out. I'm gonna sneak a peek at the reviews for the last one. I think that's like a smart thing that I should do. Yes, My Neighbor Totoro is so good. Stunning finale. 3 stars, 4 stars, 4 stars. Not a lot of people have read it. Okay. That wasn't that helpful that time. When I did it for Caraval, it was very helpful. He killed me not, he killed me. It's been happening since Min was 8. Every 2 years on her birthday, a strange man finds her. Oh my gosh, this sounds really good. Tiny Idaho home. Science fiction. Sounds like a murder mystery. I guess it is shelved as mystery. Hmm. 3 stars, 3 stars. Somewhat slow paced. Kiki's Delivery Service is also good. I can't remember if I've seen Howl's Moving Castle or not, but I definitely need to watch it because I love the book. I think this is on my probably shelf. Well, I own this, so I should put this on my series shelf. I should put it on my series shelf. The Outstretched Shadow by Mercedes Lackey. Is that part of a series? Outstretched. It is. I think I read Mercedes Lackey when I was like in high school, but I haven't read any of her stuff since then. It's got really good ratings. It came out in 2003, but this cover does not look like a 2003 cover. Oh, is there a unicorn in it? I know she's got, like, I think I read her, like, what is it, Acorna series with the girl with the unicorn horn. It was a long time ago. Okay. I'm guessing it's a Finnish series. There are 3 types of magic, each with its own rules and limits. Finished in 2006. What's the end ratings look like? Although I guess maybe end ratings aren't a good way to tell, because people who enjoyed, like who took the time to finish the series, probably enjoy it more than others. I'm going to put it on my maybe shelf. I'm not sure how interested I am in it, but I'm intrigued. Yes, Howl's Moving Castle is based on a book by Diana Wynne Jones, who was like my favorite author when I was growing up. I haven't read any of her books in so long, but I want to revisit them because I have loved everything that I've read by her. Is book 3 out? It doesn't have a date. I also own this one. I got a free copy of it at a book festival. Yep, it's out. I own this, but oh, not the third one. I'm on the wrong book. I own this, so it should be on my owned TBR shelf. Genre fantasy, owned TBR. I have it marked as failed rating test, but let me check. Yep, it does fail my rating test. I'm gonna put this, even though I own it, I'm gonna put it on my maybe shelf. Probably the way I'm gonna end up reading this is when or if I pull it out of my TBR jar. It sounds interesting. All right, we got a 4-star, a 3-star, a 2-star, 5, a 3, 3.5, 3.5. Sounds kind of like middle of the road. I'll put it on my maybe shelf. I'm good with that. This one, I've heard so much about this series. Pretty sure the last book just came out. Oh, it's coming out next year. Do I want to leave it on this shelf, or do I want to put it on? I think I'm going to put it on my series shelf because I've just heard so. Oops, that's not the right shelf though. It's unfinished. But yeah, I've heard so many good things about The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue. I really thought the last book already came out, but it hasn't. This is, let me make sure I have the other shelves. Historical fiction. Excuse me. Apparently it's good on audiobook. Historical fiction and mostly 5 stars. "12 Years a Slave." They made a movie out of that, didn't they? Okay, this is a duology. It is completed. Doesn't look like that many people have read it though. What is it about? Ooh, a river god. That sounds interesting. A web of politics and lies. And pirates. Uh-oh, romantic fantasy. Makes me nervous. I don't mind romance, but just when it's described as a romantic fantasy, I feel like usually the romance is a little heavier than what I like. Oh, she really liked it. Oh. I'm happy with what I'm seeing review-wise. New favorite trilogy. Thought it was a duology. Oh, I'm very happily surprised with these ratings. But is it a duology? Perfect for fans of Sabaa Tahir. I'm a fan of Sabaa Tahir. Sabriel is on my list, definitely. I wish I knew if this was the last book in the series or not. It seems like it. I think I'm gonna put this on my series TBR because it had a lot of really good reviews from people that I follow. Okay, this one I feel like I've heard mixed things about. Is it completed? Yes. I'm gonna take a peek at these reviews real quick, these ratings. 3, 2, 4, 4. Ah, Super Space Chick read the whole series and gave it 4 stars. A lot of people haven't read it yet. Has anybody else read Frostblood? Concealed her powers of heat and flame from the cruel Frostblood whirling class. I think this is going to be a maybe. Haley gave 4 stars. 3 stars. If you enjoyed Throne of Glass, The Queen of the Tearling, or Snow Like Ashes. Out of those, I've only enjoyed The Queen of the Tearling. I did not like Snow Like Ashes, and I pretty much didn't like Throne of Glass. Yes, mixed reviews. All right, it's going on my maybe shelf. Pretty sure I want to read this series. I've heard a lot of good things about it. Oh, look. And it's been nominated for some awards. First question is it finished? Is there going to be more? Well, as of right now, it's not going to be more. I'm pretty sure this had really good reviews. Yeah, I definitely want to read this. What's going on my series TBR? Cool. I don't remember seeing this book. I must have missed it. Ooh, I want to read that. I've heard good things about this one. So many books, guys. I want to read so many books. What is this? Science fiction time travel? That sounds good. Oh, I haven't been marking my other shelves. Oh, well. Five. Oh, this is an older 2014. 5 stars, 5 stars, 5 stars. Okay. Okay. It should be done by now. Oh, I love these covers, guys. Oh, look, expected publication 2020. But I feel like I want to read it. Because of those reviews from my friends. It does sound like a Jade book. Oh my gosh, this sounds so good. The world comes to an end. Electricity falters. Airplanes crash. Okay, this is going on my TBR series shelf. Hey, Rachel, I'm glad you can make it for a little bit. Yeah, that sounds very intriguing. This is not done, right? Is it just a duology? Looks like it's just a duology. I definitely want to read this. I have read Alex Bracken's, what's the name of that series? The Darkest Minds, and I really liked it. And I haven't read any of her other books, but I want to. Like, she also has this series over here, Passenger, which I also want to put on my TBR shelf. Man, I was really thinking that my TBR, like, unfinished series shelf would. Did I really say this was a probably? This is not a probably. I want to read it because this also has time travel in it. I don't remember what I was saying before I interrupted myself. Okay, Dare Mighty Things. I feel like this book was super buzzy. Okay, it's a duology. It's done. What do the reviews look like? Okay, pretty good. I feel like Lala really liked the first one. Okay. I don't actually know what this is about, but I feel like it was really buzzy. The Selection meets the Fifth Wave. I have not read The Selection, but I really like the Fifth Wave. Debut duology, so it is a duology. You must be gifted. Science fiction. Four stars, 4 stars, 4 stars, 4 stars. 5, 4, 3, 3, 3. I like this shelf a lot. Heather, I don't know if you're ever going to watch this, but Lala faves I'm interested in. Love that shelf. Lala-thon. Okay, this is going on my TBR series shelf. There's so many series I want to read. This sounds vaguely familiar. YA, fantasy, sci-fi, dystopian. Which is it? I've met Alexandra Bracken before too. She's very tall. I'm really short, so that made things even more like, I don't know, not awkward, but she's very tall. But she is the sweetest person. I have all of my Darkest Minds books signed and personalized, but I haven't read any of her other books. What is this? 4 stars, 5 stars. Oh. 4. Not a lot of people have read it. Is it completed? Looks like it. I think this is a maybe. I'm intrigued, but I don't know that much about it. The Grace of Kings by Ken Liu. Pretty sure I want to read this. It's not finished. Oh, but it's supposed to be finished next year. I feel like I've heard really good things about this book. 5 stars, 4 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 stars. Oh no! Ashley DNF'd it for now, she said. I think I want to read this. So this is going to go on my new shelf, TBR series Unfinished. I've just heard a lot about Ken Liu, but what else has he written? Is this it? No. I've heard of this one, Paper Menagerie and Other Stories. Oh, it's a short story collection. Oh, he wrote a Star Wars book. Well, recently, too. What is this one? Yeah, I've heard a lot about this author. Definitely would love to give them a try. Everland. This looks like a Peter Pan retelling or something. There's a virus. It's one of my buzzwords for sure. Oh, Alexander Bracken was the first author you've ever met. That's so cool. The first time I met an author? I think the first time I met any authors was at a book festival, so I met like a bunch at once. Oh yeah, Peter Pan retelling, Gwen Darling. Deadly virus, though. I like that. Oh, Dean Koontz. I was like, what are you talking about? The ad. That's funny. Okay, let's see. Do people like this? 4 stars? 5 stars? Everything you love about Peter Pan, but reimagined to include dark steampunk dystopian-like world. I really like the sound of that. A DNF. 3 stars, 3 stars, 4, 4. Okay. Is it finished? Yes, it is. Bye, Rachel. Have fun. What to do? I think I'm gonna put this on my probably shelf because I'm intrigued by a lot of things, but it's not like I definitely want to read this. So probably it is. Ooh, I'm excited about Scythe. Excited about Dread Nation. Okay. Okay, Alethea by Megan Tennant. This is an author tuber. That's why I added it to my TBR. It is unfinished. I will not make a decision about this right now. I really don't know that much about it. But a bunch of people have marked it as to read. Doesn't sound like anybody I know has read it. Wait, do I not follow her? I don't. Well, I will try to add as a friend. You never know if someone will add you as a friend or not. But at least I'll be following her. Ashley is a booktuber, if you don't know, a dash of Ash. She's got a pretty big channel. Okay, not making a decision about that one because it's unfinished. I feel like I remember hearing good things about this one. It is finished. Oh yeah, this one sounds really interesting. Aoife's the one who talked about this, that put it on my radar. Yeah, Arc of the Scythe is a series that I definitely want to read, so it's going to be moved off of this shelf. Hold on, my mom just texted me. I must text her back. Wow, it's already 9:15. I'll be doing this for probably another 45 minutes. I usually go about 2 hours. yeah, I definitely want to read this. And it is now a finished series. Apparently it's a duology, so that's getting moved. This is an unfinished series, and do we even know when? I think the second one is out, right? The second one is out. This cover is confusing. Why is the Book of Dust so big on it? Yeah, this is unfinished. I'm like pretty sure I'm gonna read this. I think I'm gonna go ahead and put it on my unfinished series TBR. I need to reread the original trilogy. I really want to. I read Historic Materials when I was in middle school, and I loved it back then. I haven't watched the TV show, but I really want to. Probably before I read the books. So if you haven't heard, Scythe, the last book in this trilogy, just came out recently. It's been so buzzy, and I like 100% want to read this. So this is going on my TBR series shelf. Don't even really need to think about it. In fact, spoiler alert, it's in the list of series in that video I was talking about, series I want to start in 2020. Let's just take a peek at the reviews though. Look at all these awesome reviews. I have not read any Neil Shusterman before, but I want to. I've seen him speak at Yale West 2 years in a row, and he's funny and smart and totally a fan of him in person, and I want to read his books. Okay, is this one done? Brandon Mull, this is a middle grade series, and he wrote a different middle grade series that I definitely want to read. This one, and I'm pretty sure it's finished. This one, I wonder if there's going to be more, because Fablehaven has 5 books. I wonder if this is really going to be the last one. Might be. I think it might be finished. So this is moving over to my TBR series. I at least want to try it. I want to read Fablehaven first, actually. I own book 2 and 3. I got them at a library book sale. But I've heard such good things about this, and I definitely want to read it. Dread Nation, I like 100% want to read this, but it's not finished yet. So this is it's set during the Civil War, right after this, no, during the Civil War, but it has zombies. How cool is that? I totally want to read that when it's finished. Otherworld, Jason Segel. Is that like Jason Segel, or is that somebody else? Jason Segel. I don't know. Well, if you do read Fablehaven before I do and you like it, you should tell me. I've heard really good things about Fablehaven from Connor, I think his channel name is just Connor O'Brien. But he loves that series, so. Oh, look. It says readers also enjoyed This Mortal Coil, which is like one of my favorite books. The company says Otherworld is amazing. Oh, this is like a virtual reality. No, that looks like the author. I mean, the actor that I was thinking of. Acting, right? Oh, it's a good series. Oh, is he a comedian too? It's a good series. All right, I see some medium reviews. Bethany gave it 4 stars, 4 stars, 4 stars. Is it finished? It is. The last book just came out. I think I'm going to put it on my probably. Yeah, I'll put it on my probably. I don't know. I'm not like super into what's it called? Virtual reality types of books. I guess I haven't really read a lot of them either. Okay. I feel like we're making a lot of progress. I feel like the synopsis for this sounded really interesting when I heard someone talk about it. From the second you're born, every achievement, failing, significant moment are all immortalized on your skin. Doesn't that sound interesting? You get tattoos for everything. Yeah, I thought this sounded really cool. Oh, we've got a DNF and a 2 stars and a 3 stars, 3 stars. 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 2. Oh, I trust Leanna a lot. A lot of people haven't read it. Is it finished? Looks like the last book just came out. I think this is going to be a maybe. I do find it really intriguing, though. I don't know, just the reviews were kind of mediocre, but you know, I take that into account, but I try not to let that like decide things totally for me. I don't know. We'll see. The Hazelwood is unfinished, and I feel like this is like if it was finished, I feel like I'd put this on my probably shelf. Like I think I want to read it, but I'm not like 100% sold either. Heard a lot of good things about it though. Whoa, Melanie gave it 1 star. Boring. Interesting. She wrote a very long review. She always writes long reviews. Yeah, see, a lot of people said it was boring. Some people really liked it. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I have a lot of patience for a book, and like things that people say are boring, I feel like I can handle. Oh man, there's a lot of not great reviews. Anyways, I'm not going to decide right now because the last book isn't out yet. I feel like I've heard good things about this one. Is it finished? Last book came out this year. It's on Kindle Unlimited. There's dragons. I like dragons. 4 stars, 4 stars, 3 stars, 5 stars, 5 stars. Mostly good reviews. Ooh, dragons. I like dragons. Okay. I feel like this is either a probably. I think this is a probably. I'm very intrigued. Oh, it's mostly 5 stars. Let's see. Let me do some of these other shelves that I've been neglecting marking for most of this video. And it's on Kindle Unlimited. I want to try and like mark whenever I notice something's on Kindle Unlimited. Like Kindle Unlimited changes what's on it, but if I can like just like 1 month do a bunch of Kindle Unlimited books that I'm interested in, it'd be good to have a Goodreads shelf to refer to. Oh, you've read this one, Myths and Mayhem? You read it in 2 days. Oh man. Okay, let me read the synopsis again. Okay, I'm gonna put this on. I'm changing my mind. Now that you said you read it in 2 days. Put it on my series shelf. Who knows when I'll get to it? I've got a million series I want to read, but I'm very interested. This, I'm pretty sure, is not finished. Yeah, this book just came out this year. But I'm pretty sure I want to read it. So I'm going to move it to that new shelf that I made. But his other series, this one, do I have this on my TBR somewhere? Because I want it to be. This one. Wait, 5 through 6. But why does this say 5 through 6? This is actually, this is actually 1 and 2, right? I'm so confused. Why is this? I don't think these numbers are right. I'm so confused with these published dates too. I think these go together. There should be 3 that, because like, okay, if you don't know, this series was originally published as 6 books, and then they republished them as 3 books with like 2 books in each one. And I want to read the 2 books in each one version, which is the Theft of Swords. Yeah, I do know that Legends of the First Empire is a prequel, but I've heard to start with this series. I'm just confused by this page specifically. Like, yeah, see these. Oh, okay. 2 reading options exist. Okay, so that's what's the confusion. I want to read in publication order, I'm pretty sure. That's generally how I like to do things. So this is a 7-book series. Okay, but is Winter's Daughter published? Where's Winter's Daughter? It's not even on here. I'm so confused. Oh, The Disappearance of Winter's Daughter, 2017. So it's a finished series. Okay. Starting with Theft of Swords. I think I'm good. It's on my TBR series shelf. I didn't realize this was such a long series. I only knew of like these 3 books. I didn't realize there was all of this. Okay, well, moving on. I don't recognize this at all, but I see the word geneticist. Renegade Cyborg. Doesn't have a lot of ratings, but there are a lot of 5 stars. Dystopian. 2 of my good friends gave it high ratings. All right, is this finished? I'm guessing it's not finished. Oh, the one with Winter's Daughter is not finished. So do you, are they 2 separate series, or is it all one series, like all 7 books, Nicole? I would love to know. These aren't listed correctly. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, so it is 3 different series. Okay, well, I'll start with the Theft of Swords trilogy thing and then figure out the rest later. Because who knows, maybe I won't even like it. I'm confused about this series. It looks like it's an indie. I'm just going to go ahead and put this on my maybe shelf. It looks like they are all published. Oh, I guess I could see if they're available in like the Kindle store. Yep. 81 pages, 81 pages. That's awfully short. Are those just like novellas? And this is like a book. It says it's a trilogy. I'm gonna leave this on my unfinished series shelf because I have a feeling that these 2 books that are out, these look like novellas. They're only 81 pages, so I don't think this is the whole trilogy. So I think there's more coming. I'm gonna leave that alone. Ooh, I see some series I'm excited about. Born, I'm very on the fence about this series. I don't know if I would like weird sci-fi. Is it going to be more books than just the 2? Dead Astronauts, I think, just came out. It's 2019, so. But I had it on my winter anticipated releases. So I think it came out in December. But yeah, I know this is supposed to be like weird sci-fi, and I don't know if I'm gonna like weird sci-fi. 3, 4, 4, 3.5, 3.5, 5, 1. I don't know. I think I'm put on my probably shelf. Like, I'm intrigued enough that I think I'll probably give it a try, but I just really don't know if I'm gonna like it. Contagion. I'm very interested in this, but is it finished? Looks like it's just a duology. Pretty sure I want to read this, but let's see what the reviews look like. I'm nervous. Oh, Riley DNF'd it. That's not good. 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. But like, I gotta read this, right? Because there's like a disease outbreak, a contagious disease, and it's like set in space, right? Yeah, distant planet. You gotta at least give it a try. Okay. TBR series. One Day. Berserker. I feel like I've heard good things about this one. Oh yeah, it's Viking inspired. Is it really fantasy? It mentions Norway and America. Maybe fantasy because there's magic or something. This is the author of the Monument 14 series. I feel like I've heard of that series. It's on my series TBR. Oh, Bethany gave it 4.5. Okay. Is it finished? Published 2019. I feel like this is a probably. The Dry. This is like one of those like detective series where I don't think they're not like, they're more episodic. That's what I'm trying to say. But it doesn't say there's going to be any more. That's not good. 5, 5, 5. Yes, perfect mystery thriller. I like the sound of that. I'm going to put it on my TBR series shelf. All right, Trials of Morgan Crow. This is a middle grade series that I 100% want to read, but it is unfinished. What's going on my new shelf that I made? Don't even need to look at it. This is a series that I 100% want to read, but is it finished? Oh no, 2021. Who was out here giving it bad star ratings? Got 2 ratings. Are you gonna tell me what? It's got 1 5-star and 1 1-star. Who gave it 1 star? Crazy. Anyways, I 100% want to read the series, but I'm waiting for it to be finished. So this is going on my shiny new shelf. TBR series unfinished. Has anybody read the series? I've heard it's amazing. All right, more series that I have heard of and some that I haven't. Okay. This series is one that my friend Elliot really likes. The second book came out this year, and the third book comes out next year. This is going on my like series I definitely want to read but are not finished shelf. Wolf Brother. Ooh, 6,000 years ago. We don't read enough books that are set in that time period. I'm interested. YA fantasy. Oh yeah, I must have heard about this from Connor. It's middle grade. I do want to read more middle grade. Oh, I'm confused. 2004, 2005, 1999, 2007, 2008. Wait, 2004. Okay. This is the only one that's out of place as far as publication year. Does look like it's done though. All right, I'm putting this on my finished shelf. Series I want to read. That sounds really interesting. Ash Princess. This one is unfinished, and I'm on the fence about reading it. My friend Elliot really liked it. Oh, that's a really pretty picture. Like if this was a finished series, I think it would go on my probably shelf, but it's not finished, so I'm gonna wait. This is a duology, okay. It's not familiar to me at all. Coming from a race of highly evolved humans. Tennis prodigy. That does not sound up my alley. Forbidden romance. I do like forbidden romance. I think this is a maybe. I'm intrigued, but not like excited about it. Nixia. This is a series that I've heard a lot about. 5 stars, 5 stars. Oh, look at that. Oh, then we got a 2-star and a DNF. And then a 5-star. Yeah, Leanna loved the series, I remember. Jen gave it 4 stars. Okay, but is it done? I think it is completed. And this author has a new book coming out that was on my anticipated releases video. Yeah, it's finished. Okay, this is going on my want to read series shelf. This one is not familiar to me at all. Not very many people have read it. Chloe, are you gonna go or? My dog is standing in the doorway. She can't decide if she wants out or not. Chloe. Chloe. She's still standing there. It is completed. The covers look really cool though. This is definitely a maybe. I don't know anything about this. Let's look at the, oh, but it's got a lot of 5 stars. That's a decent amount of ratings. Okay. Let's take a look at the synopsis. It's kind of long. Oh, it's on Kindle Unlimited. I'm intrigued. Oh, there's going to be 4 in the series. There was only 2 listed. So it's unfinished. So I'm not going to make a decision. Okay. Okay, Jennifer A. Nielsen usually writes middle grade. This is YA because I really want to read her False Prince series. Just make sure this is on the correct shelf. Yep, TBR series. This one's middle grade. It's also shelved as YA. I really want to read the series, but this is another series that she wrote or is writing. Is it completed? It is not completed. Okay, I'm going to leave this on this unfinished series shelf because I want to see what I think of her other series. And if I like it, then I will be more sure that I want to read this. Who else has read it? Not a lot of people. It'll stay there. Seafire is unfinished. And I really don't know what I think of this series. I'm pretty sure I have an arc of this that I never read. Oh, maybe not. I thought I did. Wait, do I have it on my own TBR shelf? Yeah, I do. I remember hearing mixed things about it. Oh, Melanie liked it. 4, 4.5, 3, DNF, 4. Ooh, my friend Jennifer gave it 5, Jessica gave it 5, Sam gave it 4. Bethany DNF'd it. Kind of all over the place. Well, I'm not going to decide because it's not finished. I don't know anything about this one. It was finished this year. Fantasy, historical fiction. Ooh, is it a Jekyll and Hyde retelling? Yes, it is. Sherlock Holmes and Watson. That's intriguing. Oh, it's got a bunch of awards. That's cool. 5 stars, 4.5, 4, 5. Oh, these are really good ratings. Shelby gave it 4 stars. Maya gave it 4. Uh-oh, Mara gave it 1. She's an outlier, though. Feel like this is a probably. There's enough good reviews that I'm very interested. Quantum. If you like the authenticity of The Martian, the page-turning pace of the Da Vinci Code, and the inspirational worldview of Arthur C. Clarke, you'll love this book. That's some high comparisons. Looks like this might be an indie, so that's why not a lot of people have read it. Maybe Emily Fox will read it. Is it finished? I wish I knew if it was only going to be a trilogy. This is the 3rd book. It doesn't say like the last book or the conclusion. I think I'm going to leave it on this shelf for now because I'm not convinced that it's finished. I was going to look up something. Oh yeah, I was going to see if there's any questions. No, I thought maybe the author might have answered a question about how long the series is. Maybe this one? They are on Kindle Unlimited. Nope, no questions. I'm going to leave it on the unfinished shelf for now. We'll give it some more time. Jennifer Fallon. That's an author I've heard a lot about, but I haven't read any of her books. What else does she write? Oh, you know what? This is one of Roya, one of her favorite authors. That's why I've heard of this author. A lot of people have marked this as to read. Is this a new series? 2016, 17, 18. Why does it say 17? Why does this not have a synopsis? I guess it's not out yet, even though it says it was published. Covenant is scheduled for release in 2020. Okay, it's going to stay on my unfinished series shelf. Okay, there's a few more on here that I'm excited about. And we've got about 10 minutes left, so these are probably the last ones I'm looking at for today. Chloe, what do you want? Come here. Come sit in my lap. This is one of my dogs. Her name is Chloe. Okay. I've heard a lot about the Graces, but I don't know if it's finished. It sounded really interesting. It's kind of got mixed reviews. Josephine gave it 1.5 stars. Ooh. Bad book is a bad book, but a bad book that even has 0.5% of a chance of being better is way worse. That's really funny. I didn't think this came out in 2016. That was a long time ago. The sequel came out 2004 or 18. And not a lot of people have read it. Okay. I'm going to put the first book on my maybe shelf. I thought I had heard good things about it, but maybe not. This sounds like a middle grade. Yes. Most people have marked it as to read. Is it finished? 1718. No release date. I don't think it's finished. Oh, it is. Sometimes it doesn't show the release date on that page, and I don't know why. I think I'm gonna put it on my maybe shelf because it sounds interesting, but there are other middle grade series that I'm more interested in reading than this one. Okay, Furyborn. This is an unfinished series that I 100% want to read. So that's going on my TBR series unfinished. I think the last one comes out next year. $20.20. Doesn't even have a cover yet. Kings of the Wild, another one that I'm pretty sure I want to read, but is it finished? No, it's not. This is going to go on my new shelf, TBR series unfinished. I've heard so many good things about this. I kind of don't know if it'll be for me. I feel like the humor in it could be like stuff that I don't think is funny. But I won't know until I read it. But I've heard so many good things. So many people have really liked it. Oh, Kitty G only gave it 3 stars. Connor also gave it 3 stars. Jess gave it 5. Oh, Rachel's read this. She gave it 4. Yeah, I'm very intrigued. I'm not sure if the humor will work for me, but I want to give it a chance. But it's not finished yet. Let's also fantasy, mostly 5 stars. Okay, the series shelf doesn't even, this must be a self-published book. It's not set up correctly. Oh, this is the same author as another series we were looking at today. This series. That was apparently supposed to be, this one's supposed to be 4 books. I'm going to leave this on the shelf because I'm pretty sure it's unfinished. Okay, Mindy Arnett is an author that I have wanted to try. I don't know what else she's written, but I know I've heard of her. I haven't heard of any of these books though. But I see for some reason I have the audiobook edition selected, and I don't want that. Let's switch to the hardcover edition. But is it a finished series? Thrilling conclusion. Okay, I like the sound of that. It just came out. Deadly Flightless Dragons. Ooh, born with magic that allows her to influence the minds of animals. I feel like I want to read this. Okay, what are the ratings like? 4, 3, 5, 4, 3.5, 4, 5, 4. I don't know. It's got a bunch of my buzzwords. I'm putting it on my TBR. Okay, I think I'm going to call it a night. There's definitely more things on here that I'm excited about, but we'll have to take a look in a month. Let's see. I know that I had refreshed this page a couple of times already, but let's see how much these changed. So this was 258, 11, and 170. Oh, you only got 3 chapters in last time? You're not interested in Furyborn? I feel like I've heard such good things about Furyborn. I have heard some mixed things, but mostly good things. And I'm very interested. I at least want to give it a try. I might not like it, but I don't know. Okay, let's see how much these numbers change. $134. So we got rid of like 40 books on that shelf, which is awesome. That shelf went up by like 20 books, I think. And this one went up by like 10, which is good. I'm thinking that this shelf won't get too full, but I don't know. I could be wrong about that. Okay. Well, that was fun. Thanks for everybody who joined me on the live stream. I always have fun chatting with you guys when I'm going through all of these books and trying to make my decisions. It's not easy deciding some of these things, and I appreciate like your input and anybody who leaves comments for me too. But I think that's it for today. I do one of these every month, so the next one will be in January, and I'll just continue going through my unfinished series shelf, cleaning that up. And once I get finished with that, I'm going to go back through my TBR series shelf and confirm that all of the ones on there are ones that I like 100% want to read. So that's kind of my plan for the next few of these. It'll take a while to get through these shelves. But thanks for joining me, and I hope you guys have a great evening, a great week, great Christmas or holiday season, whatever you celebrate. And I will catch you guys in the new year. Bye.